Hello and welcome to a new playthrough series that I've wanted to do after I've been playing this game for quite a long time on and off. This is a game called Phantom Renaissance Massive Assaults, and it's kind of like chess in a way. Each unit has its own features and ranges that they can do, and there's a couple other things that they're in it, but for this playthrough we're going to go through the campaign. So if you see here, go to campaigns, and we're going to do the Phantom League. I've done this before 3 times now, so I'm going to go with medium and just for this playthrough so you can understand what's going on.
The Galactic Uprising was drowning in its own blood. Cowards and traitors from the Revolutionary Committee yielded New Paradise and Wasteland to the enemy. They also left the army of Noble Rust with no supplies, and it was smashed into the ground by the Free Nation Union's hordes. After these bitter defeats, the League had almost no hope for survival. By the end of 2162, its emaciated divisions were holding only 4 planets of the Big Circle. Well-equipped and even better paid, the mercenary divisions of the Union were preparing to finish their wounded but still deadly enemy. At that time, nobody had any doubt that the upcoming year of 2163 would see the end of the Galactic Revolution and the Great War for the New Worlds. However, there were still patriots in the Revolutionary Army who refused to admit defeat. They were the old commanders forged from fire and steel. They had gone through the fierce battles on Antarcticus, Anubis, and Bizarria. They knew pretty well that it was not their brave soldiers who had been guilty for the bitter defeats, but the treacherous curs sitting cozily in the worm cabinets of the League's government. Then, at the most critical moment, they decided to take the fate of the New Worlds into their hands. On the 25th of December, 2162, the corrupt Revolutionary Committee was overthrown. The uprising was headed by the League's best military commander, Commissar of Planet Anubis, Praetor Joseph Hutler. He took the helm of the Revolution's sinking ship in his iron hands and prepared it for the final decisive battle. Thus, the year of 2163 AD became the year of the second birth of the League, the year of the Galactic Revolution Renaissance.
Joseph Hutler.
Who's at the terminal?
Prince Brandon Collins, comrade.
I immediately need the commander of Pantherburg's defense. At the double.
Yes, comrade. That is great excellence. The commander of Pantherburg Defense, Prince Collins on the air, sir. I took command after Centurion Gonzalez's heroic death on the battlefield.
Centurion? Isn't that a too low rank for a commander of a country's defense?
Brady Kashi and Leggett Storer were killed during the command center bombardment. There are no officers left in regular units. At present, we have altogether 1.5 companies of battle-worthy Smallfoots and several bunkers at the city's approach. Please, Great Excellence, don't think that I am complaining, but the situation is critical here. We have practically nothing to repel Union's tank hordes with. We understand that things on other planets are going even worse, and we are ready to die here doing our duty.
Stop the panic, Prince Bay. The League isn't broken yet. These bloody freedom fighters will regret they kept fighting after our victory on Anubis. Yes, we all have hard times now, but the Union will experience the power of our retribution. And the Revolution needs you, Brandon, and your men, as never before.
Ready to execute your orders, Great Excellence. We don't fear death. If you tell us, we will mount the counterattack immediately.
And we yield planets with such heroes? Yet now we don't need blind self-sacrifices, Prince Bay. I have a plan, and you are part of it. We have to leave Antarcticus for a while. But first, we should evacuate heavy weapons. We need them on another planet where the League's fate is not yet decided.
Alright, here we go.
According to my order, the naval convoy with heavy weapons has already left Bushlandia. Unfortunately, we failed to keep this country. Glory to the brave heroes killed in unequal action. The convoy is heading to our only spaceport on Antarcticus. I order you, Prince Bacons, to hold the spaceport till the convoy's arrival. The cargo spaceship with heavy vehicles must take off. Is that clear?
Wilco, Great Excellence. They won't get through.
Alright, so as we can see, our main objective in this part of the campaign is to hold out for 4 turns. Much like chess, each side gets their turn with their units. Once you've moved your units, then you end your turn. You can move and then fire whenever in this radius of each character. So right now we have 5 bunkers, 1 Scorcher, 1 small foot, and 1 small foot hero unit. Now, while this is one of the best units we have this early in the game, you do not want to lose this unit because this is a hero unit. If you lose a hero unit, the game ends and you lose. So in this scenario, we have to use every resource we have available to us. Now I'm going to hold shift and see if anything is in danger here. This shows me if in next turn, if this unit moves up, it can do damage to these. So we can see here, I'm going to move my person here. The reason is because I really want to do damage here, because this area here is not a danger because of the fact that these, if you hold control here, you can see that these are green tiles, which means they are environmental tiles. Anybody who enters these can only move at 1 speed unless they are a special unit, such as a hoverboard, or if they are a land transport, which can move by sacrificing their extra turns. But for units like this that have 2 moves, like tanks, they can only move once in this area. That's why we use the small foot here, so that later we can stall the movement here. See, we're going to do as much damage as we can to each of these units. We're not going to win this at all. The point of this is to do as much damage as possible so that we can kill anything next turn and stall them from taking this spaceport. Here we're going to move this here just in case. And since I can't shoot anybody else, I'm going to end my phase. You see now it's the enemy's turn. You see we need 3 more turns of survival. Here I made a mistake. The problem is that I forgot to account for so many of these guys. What I should have done is kept the small foot here. That way I could plug up this hole, because now they can all run through into the spaceport. So here I'm going to have to do a sacrifice. And kill 1 tank. This way they can't storm through, because see, this tank can go here and these tanks can all run through and take over the spaceport if I don't do this. This way though, now even if they move their tank divisions up, they won't be able to get to me. Now I've made all my turns, I can't shoot anything more, so I'm now going to end phase.
You forgot.
I can't move him because if he dies the whole campaign ends, so I have to keep him in reserve. As you can see, these guys moved up. Now they're trying to get through the forest. Now then, if I move here, okay, yeah. I need to stop the forest and the garrisons from moving, so I'm going to put him here. This way it blocks him from moving here or here. The only things that can come through are these 2. So I'm going to do as much damage as I can to these guys and move this guy here. I can't block him because otherwise he loses. I have 2 more turns, so there's a possibility but I might not actually make it here. Depends on what the enemy does here. Yep, now they have full clearance to move in. Alright, last turn. Actually, I might make it. As you can see, these tanks can only move 2 turns, so no matter what, they can't get to the spaceport at this point. I'll lose everyone but my hero unit, but I'll do the objective that they asked for. And that ends the first part of the campaign.
Well done, Brandon. You haven't even mentioned your own evacuation yet. Such selflessness is highly praiseworthy.
Thank you, Great Excellence.
The League has very few men of courage like you, and I cannot afford to waste them. I order you to board the spaceship and leave with the convoy. Execute. You will get Centurion epaulets upon your arrival.
Wilco, Great Excellence. Revolution or death.